How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today we're checking out a new deck from March of the Machines with Drana and Linvala as our commander. I don't know, I found her to be a difficult commander to build around. Well, her, I guess, them is the proper way of saying it, right? Because there are two of them. An angel and a vampire. One of the reasons why I found them hard to build around is because their ability, activated creatures your opponent's control can be activated, is actually useful, but this one's a bit situational, so their secondary option is a bit rough to build around. We're ramping pretty hard. Linvala might just die here. Or do they get down Drifnod? Hard to say, really. They went for an Angel, an Eradicator Valkyrie instead. He was the same mana value as our commander, with... it's a bit weird to think about, really. And we're going to get down this boyo. We're going to search up the best one drop. We could search up one that we could cast, but Esper Sentinel is probably just better. Perfectly working out for us. Yeah, it doesn't target. And this is only hexproof from Planeswalkers anyways. See if we can get the removal spell out now. Not quite what I was expecting, but... two lines off the top? That would be ideal. A. They stopped our life gain. Let's get Moonblessed Cleric and search up an enchantment. So I probably want Ethereal Absolution. I meant to put Krevnek in this deck, but I did not. I don't know if that's his actual name either. Take action, back to hand. We know we at least have the commander set for a bit. Get down Absolution. Get down Esper Sentinel. Equip up Esper Sentinel. Swing in for 4. This way, any removal spells will draw us a card, guaranteed. Poor boy died. Do get double treasures though. That's nice. You're not gonna sacrifice Yawgmoth to braids. Guess we go Guardian Idol? Because it's less replaceable. I don't think I have 3 creatures, I don't. They're all in exile. I guess not. We only have 1 in exile. Just have not been burning through creatures. Will you pay for? You will pay for that. Wow. It's impressive. Yeah, I think this should probably do it. Another really good game. This is kind of a Staxy build. Not generally my favorite archetype, but it's just the only thing that really makes sense with her. Weird. That's, I guess, an alchemy thing. You get a bonus out of it. On to game 2. About to say, opened up my phone to check the time, and good old Reddit was there. I hope none of that bled through. It probably did, though. That was very sad. We're up against a Teshar deck. Teshar is an oldie but a goodie. A little bit scared, honestly. We do have Invasion. So we can get back a Moonblessed Cleric if we get it killed, which we probably will. I don't even know if I want to play Moonblessed Cleric, honestly. Because I can't benefit off its trigger. Do it anyways. Decline. It's a really powerful card because it can enchantments can pretty much do anything on Arena at the moment. And it's mainly thanks to sagas and I guess it really can't do anything, but there are just too many numerous good options in the enchantment slot. That if you're playing white with another color, it's probably worth it to put a Moonblessed Cleric in there somewhere. Let's Meathook for 2. Get a good old 2 for 1, and that way we can get a target for Invasion. One of my pet peeves with the new battle cards is that they all start with the word Invasion. So whenever I try to shorthand talk about my future plans for the decks I'm building, or for the game or in the match, whenever I try to shorten a card's name with a short abbreviation, I tend to go with like a cutoff form of the first word. And because all of the battles are invasions of planes, it's just that they're all invasion. And that makes it pretty difficult to understand what I'm talking about. And I know that's a personal thing. That's not really a legitimate critique of the battle mechanic. But I'm going to count it as one because it does get me. It gets me a lot. I will trade. And I think we just pull back the Solemn. Good old Solemn Simulacrum. That's definitely how I pronounce it, if anybody asks. Evolved Sleeper. A decent blocker. Thraben Inspector comes back. We're just reanimating right and left. Although our deck will be worse at it than our opponent's deck. Rude. My Solemn never hurt anybody. Looking for a map, huh? So it's 7 lands to 6. We're still technically in the lead, but there's a lot more going on over here, although we're partially responsible for it, right? So let's make things a little bit more complicated. So the original Gisela, before this one, was a red and white Gisela, and it was the second mythic that I ever opened. I believe it might be on Arena, but it probably won't be, because it wasn't Innistrad, Return to Innistrad. It was the Avacyn Restored, and some Avacyn Restored got added with Shadows of the Past, but I don't think all of the Angels were, although maybe. I'll have to check it out. If she is a commander that is on the site, like, I'm down to play her at some point. I will have to build up my Mythic wildcards again for that, but yeah, no, Thalia is a first striker. Let's start attacking the battle. I don't think they have a good block here. Don't do it, opponent. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is, I think, the optimal procurement. They got Fragment of Honda. Or Conda? Yeah, it's not Honda, it's Conda. Yeah, I'll block there. I wonder if that was a bluff. No, it was not. Okay, fair enough. We did deal some damage. Like, what? Would it be okay if we, you know, after this rotates, to just put it back to the way it was? Because I think it's okay in Historic Brawl to just go back to the way it was. But, I mean, honestly, is it banned in Standard? It might just be banned in Standard, so there might not really even be a reason. Although I say that, like, I definitely do have a preferential treatment towards black. Maybe the life gain on top of the life loss was just too much. But, like, that only really dunks on red, and I'm okay with that. Like, don't get me wrong, I like red too, but red lives and dies by a code, right? It lives and dies by how fast it can put out damage. And, I guess turn 3 red's creatures shouldn't have 1 toughness. So I feel like it could be reverted back. I don't know. That might be too much, but it's nice having a commander that can just push through. I've never gotten the backside of this to flip. I don't know, the battles I found are either I never flip them, or it's just that they always flip. Like the 6 mana Wrath one, that is Marchesa on the other side, that one flips ridiculously easily. And it's generally because of the flexibility of it. Like, we have so many legends these days that if you have the option to choose between legends and non-legends, you can pretty much guarantee that your opponent takes more damage from the interaction than you would. Our opponent is just valuing away in the background. I don't know if I can respect this. Arishia? Or is it Araisha? I don't know, man. I don't believe I've ever run across this player, but I might have. One day, if I have more time to devote to YouTube, I will. I want to keep track of who I've actually been facing, so that way I can know if I have repeats. Which is a weird thing to think about and do, right? But on the one hand, it doesn't actually serve any purpose, but on the other hand, I kind of want to know sometimes. I'm just kind of interested. Because it might give us some idea of, I don't know, is there a practical application like that's of knowing how consistently you get matched up against certain people? There might be. But I don't think there's any like server advantage to it, right? Because I don't think that Arena runs on regional servers very well. Because I've definitely played people who are playing on the other side of the world, and that generally does not indicate that there's like a North America, European kind of server setup, right? The one thing I've never ran into is an arena dev. I've never seen the nameplate, and it makes me sad every time I think about it. Like, I know I'm not in the right region to be awake at the same time as people who are on the West Coast, but like the difference isn't that big. Like generally by 5 o'clock, right, which is when normally the free time type things stop. Like it would be 8 o'clock over on the West Coast. So like, there's still a chance somebody might be playing Magic at that time, unless the arena devs just don't like playing Magic. Which, if you had to code all of the annoyances that come with, that is rude, bro. That is rude. I guess we'll reanimate Thalia. We could have had a meld, man. That would have been sick, but She's exiled. I didn't expect to naturally draw him. I put him... Generally, when I put Bruna in a deck, I put Gisela in the deck anyways. Or Giselle. Just because they're kind of like a pair, right? They're kind of like a pair. I mean, it's not the kind of ship I could get behind, but yeah. Some people might be into that. Our opponent has vastly outmatched us. They're playing mono white card draw pretty well, and I'm proud to see it doing well. Teshar was not the original thought for the commander of that kind of deck, but it kind of works really well because of all the reanimation, right? I do wish they would just kill us, though. We aren't dead to rights, opponent. One more spell and I concede, opponent. I'm gonna concede. Any second now. I guess that's not a spell. Touche. Arsha. Touche. There's a spell. Okay, we can concede now. Rough one. I don't know, I've played so many games with this deck. Just attempting various recording sessions, and sometimes it goes well, sometimes it goes bad, but it's mainly because like the main thesis of the deck isn't quite as well fleshed out as it could be. I don't know, the commander's a bit too... It's a bit too vague for me to get a good grasp of it. Like, I don't mind vague commanders. I think they're probably interesting in many ways, but I don't know, I just don't like her second ability that much. Stealing activated abilities just doesn't feel that powerful, and when you give it an ability that would that Wizards clearly believes is somewhat powerful because they kind of nerfed her down, right? Like, she's a 3/4 for 4. That is below curve. But I guess they probably weren't thinking about the curve when they put this card together. They were probably thinking about Linvala's stats, which are 3/4, 4/4. Which is a bit of a shame. I wish they had been thinking about one of Drana's stats instead. I would have taken a 4/4 any day. But to be fair, she costs 5 mana for a 4/4, right? That is very, very neat, opponent. Very, very neat. I think I'm gonna go get me a 1-drop. Come on out of Old Sleeper. You exist for a reason, and that's because you're a 1-mana black creature. Enlighten me. I don't know, but I saw a Death Note meme out in the wild the other day, and very funny. It's been like 5 years since I thought of that show, and God, I forgot how over the top it was. Okay. I guess we get down our Linvala. And end her off there. Next turn we can fare well. Hopefully we can grab a Shieldred. I say next turn, hopefully we can fare well. That's going to obliterate us at a very low cost to our opponent. I don't know if I'm on board, honestly. A Dominus, okay. This kind of seems dumb, but I kind of want things in the bin. Because if we do fare well, we will not be farewelling now. I forgot that that Ornithopter was key to the plan. So we'll get that back. Let's set a stop here and then we'll skip our turn. And then we'll activate this ability. So that they have to play creatures. Our opponent is probably wondering what we're doing, because we did spend 4 mana to recover an Ornithopter Paradise that we sacrificed willingly. But it's all in service of farewell. March towards perfection. It's the 3rd time our opponent has cast that spell this game. Let's get down to Reidane. We don't have to block, and we can just use her ability to stack out the board a bit, threaten the invasion of Tovla. You know, maybe it's a good thing. Yeah, I'm shielded. I know how you work. I have played with you. Can I sacrifice the invasion? I don't know. I guess not. Okay. We flipping? I don't have the stuff for it to flip, so she does have additional requirements. Your opponent needs 8 or more cards in the graveyard, which is a little bit hard in mono black to achieve, but there are ways of doing it. Opponent is looking at our Doom Foretold. It is not very good, opponent. I was wondering if you could sacrifice that. Yeah. Can I sacrifice it? Who owns it? Because it appears on their side of the battlefield, but I think it's mine. I certainly own it. Yeah, I guess I do control it. That's neat. Now let's put down our Clone Legion. It's good to play the old Doom Foretold game again. Oh. About to say, back on the Gisela topic, there was another mythic that I got my hands on, and I don't know if I got it after my Avacyn Restored packs or not, but it was from, I believe it was from Dark Ascension, which is Descent into Madness. Now, Descent into Madness puts a Descent counter on it, and at the beginning of each player's upkeep, they have to sacrifice permanents equal to, or non-land permanents equal to the number of Descent counters on it. We're dead. That's kind of sad. Well, either way, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed Drana and Linvala, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.